Alright, what is this? James Gunn confirms Superman is about politics and decline of American kindness. Says, screw them to jerks who get offended. We just can't catch a break, man. Why do they use existing IPs to like make movies about politics? Why don't they just make their own movie about politics that use their personal beliefs and like messaging in it? Alright, because nobody's gonna watch that shit. Right, yeah, you're right, chat, because nobody's gonna fucking watch it. Yeah, it won't make them money either. No, that's right. Okay, blah, 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 editor's note. With mere days to release, director and DC Studios co-head James Gunn has finally said the quiet part out loud. Yes, the new Superman movie is about politics. In a new interview, Gunn opened up about the themes at the heart of his DC Universe reboot, and he made it abundantly clear that this version of the Man of Steel won't shy away from commentary. I mean, Superman is the story of America, Gunn said. Though it should also be noted that Gunn and DC have taken extreme care to omit Superman's classic American way motto from the film's promotion. He's an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country. But for me, it is mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and it is something we have lost. This statement has stoked fears of many that Superman will serve as a cultural and political progressive parable rather than a traditional action-driven escapist superhero film, while Gunn frames the conversation between Clark and Lewis from the trailer, in which they argue over Superman's actions, to be one of compassion. It's unmistakably wrapped in the language of modern political narratives, particularly on the topic of moral standing. Oh my god, reading that was so annoying. Is this like an allegory for like the immigration debate in the US? Chat, I don't give a fuck what your opinion on immigration is. I'm not a political VTuber. I'm not here to talk about it. But why do they have to fucking keep co-opting existing franchises to pander their political messaging? Why are political activists like this? Are we sure this is real? Has anybody in chat actually seen the movie, or is it not out yet? Like, is it overtly political, or is this article, like, over-exaggerating? I hate how it turns into everyone's arguing being immigrant bad and not an illegal immigrant is bad. It's out tomorrow? Oh, okay. Superman, politics front and center. The decision to frame Clark Kent's journey as a metaphor for immigration isn't new. But the Times interview puts Superman squarely in the crosshairs of today's deeply divided political landscape. When asked about how audiences might react to the film's themes, Gunn didn't hold back. Yes, it plays differently, but it's about human kindness. And obviously there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive just because it is about kindness. But screw them. By Gunn's own admission, the film will explore morality, conflict, and clashing values, particularly between Superman and Lois Lane. Yes, it's about politics, but it's on another level. It's about morality. Do you ever kill no matter what, which is what Superman believes, or do you have some balance, as Lois believes? It's really about the relationship. Different way of opinions of basic moral beliefs can tear two people apart. Blah, 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 blah. It's a striking turn from the classically apolitical hero who once stood for truth, justice, and the American way. In fact, Gunn's comments suggest a film more interested in questioning America's identity than celebrating it. Ah, there we go. Prompting some longtime fans to wonder if this Superman even stands for anything distinctly American anymore. Again, I don't care if you want to make a movie with political themes that helps push you the way you see things. That's fine. I don't care. I'm just not going to watch it. That's pretty much what everyone's gonna fucking say. The problem is when you take an existing IP and then stain it with your beliefs. It's the shittiest thing to me. It leaves like such a bad taste in your mouth. Imagine, you take time, blood, sweat, and tears to create this thing, this story, this IP, Superman, right? You mold and craft it the way you want, and then long after you're dead, your IP that you created is used for political activism by politically biased writers and directors all across Hollywood. You can argue and say, oh, well, you know, like, he was always an immigrant and blah, blah, blah. That's the original intent, but this is so far beyond that. That's what rubs me the wrong way. I'm not gonna pretend that I know everything about Superman or that I've read all the comics. But I'm pretty confident you can take like the statement as face value that Superman historically is fairly apolitical. The fact that you took like this existing franchise that was molded over like, I don't know, like, I want to say like 100 years? Yeah, he probably came out before... Yeah, a lot of comics came out around about right before World War II or around about World War I, I want to say. Like the really old ones. Like that wasn't political at all. And then you co-opted and outright say, like without any shame at all, that this is like a political movie. It's just like upsetting, man.
I disagree.
Ugh, it's so annoying. I would be rolling in my grave if someone did that to a story that I created like long after I was dead. Like taking the meaning and kind of twisting it for your own agenda. Hold on. Same. Yeah, sorry, the jolip distracted me. Give me 1 second. The thing I love most about Superman is that he did to the KKK in the 30s what South Park did to Scientology. His comic exposed their inner workings and turned them into laughingstock. Again, but that's funny. If it's in a funny way and, you know, it's easy to do that. And it has, like, these effects on, like, actual standings in the world. I don't think there's, like, anything wrong with having your own message, but, like, twisting it? That's bad. However, I haven't seen this movie. It's coming out, what, tomorrow? Someone said? It could very well not be bad at all. I just want to clarify that my criticism so far is just, like, about what this director said, specifically. Having, like, no shame in saying you made a largely non-political franchise political just because you wanted to. The actual movie itself may not actually be as bad as we think or as we imagine. Like maybe some smugglers who see it can like tell us later. But let's keep reading. I got off track because I was ranting. Gunn's remarks will likely add fuel to an already volatile debate around Superman and politics. Critics of recent superhero films have pointed to Hollywood's increasing tendency to inject overt political themes into beloved franchises, often at the expense of broad audience appeal. With the DC brand already struggling for box office traction following the recent flops like Flash and Blue Beetle, some fans worry that Gunn's ideological framing might alienate more viewers than it attracts. That's what I think too, especially with how hot politics is now too. I'm seeing it on Friday. We'll see. Yeah, sure. We can talk about it on Friday. Well, or whenever I next see you guys, I guess. You guys don't have to like immediately come to stream and tell me about it, you know? Yeah. Yeah, we can talk about it on Sunday or whatever. Gunn appears unbothered by the possibility of backlash, but with early social media chatter already pointing to concerns about tone, message, and deviation from the Superman mythos, it's unclear whether the director's defiance will translate into tickets. The film stars, blah 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 blah, but despite the impressive cast, it may be Gunn's vision and his unapologetic commitment to making Superman a political statement that defines the movie's legacy. Whether that legacy will be seen as bold reinvention or ideological overreach remains to be seen. We shall see, but I also remember other people injecting their politics into movies that they were front and center of, and they didn't do so hot, so I don't know. And again, I think, this is what I think, chat. It's a Superman movie. I don't think don't think you're gonna be able to, like... Hold on, I gotta think. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I don't think you're gonna be able to point to, like, their box office and say, like, ha ha ha, look, they made no money. Like, it's gonna make money. It's Superman, right? The question to me is how much money are they losing after blatantly saying that they made the film political? Because everyone knows what that means. Like, I know the first thing that came to my mind when I read, you know, like the title, right? Superman is an immigrant. Yes, the film will be political, right? Like, it's such a Karen statement. Like, would you really want to watch the movie after unless you're, like, really into superheroes or, like, you're really into, you know, into DC? Like, it's just insane. Like, why did he have to say anything? Why can't this director just ignore people talking shit on social media? It's such a retarded business decision to come out and say, like, yeah, screw the haters. Yeah, screw the bigots. The film's political. I don't give a frick. You know? Like, think about all the people that worked on this shit. Like, they need to be paid. That are depending on this, like, movie's success to feed their families. I'm not talking about, like, the film directors or the people making a lot of money off of it. I'm talking about, like, you know, costume design, artists, makeup, whatever else in between. Like, you know, that kind of thing. It's just like Rachel Ziegler. The chick from Snow White. Like, you're such a selfish fucking retard that you can't keep your stupid ass mouth shut. Like, at the bare minimum, for the people that helped you make this movie possible. But no, you have to go and fucking ruin it and make lots of people want to not even give it a chance. Yeah, weird. It was because they preeminently know it's gonna get flack and they think they need to get ahead of the hate. That's actually a really good point. Yeah, because when it flops, or, I mean, I don't hope it flops. I want everyone to do their best, but I'm just saying, like, they're getting ahead of the game, you know? Be like, yeah, those damn Russian bots and trolls, like, see, it's all the haters, like with Ironheart. That shit flopped so hard that they just said, yes, it's the Russian bots and the trolls and the haters and the right-wing gobbledygooks. It's just so cringe, man. Superman's one of them too big to fail completely. We'll see, I suppose. Yeah, I think it's a very safe franchise. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's ever done really, really bad. But, fun fact, I trust Flash. Superman is good. There are, like, some people who've seen it that are saying it's not political, and it's a good movie. I know, shocker, right? Like, Grums of all people was like, yeah, Superman's good. So, like, the political messaging can't be that bad, Chad. I'm not gonna get into this movie if this movie's, like, good or not, right? Everyone's opinion is gonna be different. Like, I'm sure if I scroll down, I'll find some people saying it sucked, but this tells me it's probably not, at least not as egregious as you would first imagine based on these statements by, what's his name? The director, James Gunn, right? Subtle or tasteful? Yeah, hopefully, right? Superman movie shouldn't be silly or corny. Leave that plastic shit for Booster Gold. I don't even know what that is. Again, I found some other stuff. There's another one. The real issue with Superman is not that he's an immigrant, it's that he's a journalist. I saw this and I laughed. Put the fries in the bag, bro. Chad, this guy gets it. The biggest evil the world has ever faced is journos. Superman was the true villain all along, Chad. But in reality, it's kind of crazy how in such a short time frame, the label of a journalist has associated itself with, like, retardation and bad takes. If the people who wrote Superman started today, instead of like 100 years ago, do you think they'd make him a journalist? Like, I don't know, chat. Maybe to be like a streamer instead. What do you think? Oh god, dude. Definitely not. You don't think so? Welcome home, Superman. I'm picturing Superman as a VTuber now. Oh my god, imagine. And then like by day he's a VTuber, by night he's like a Superman. What's up guys, it's Clark here. We're gonna react to some slop. He would be a VTuber to hide his identity. Ooh. Ooh. Bathroom break is him stopping crime. That's so strong. I like that.